best doctrines, in my opinion. The important thing is, what difference has it made to our indulgence for St. Peter? This before the publication of the theses? No. Delano, as procurator of the Augustinians, I wish you would undertake to restrain this master, who is unsettling matters in Germany by preaching new doctrines. Let us have no trouble in Germany. For the first time in 100 years, a German has told Rome where to get off. There's Luther riding, knocking the Pope's crown off. There's the Duke sitting up there, listening to Luther. But you see that goose down there? Know what that means? Yes, Huss, John Huss, who got himself burned to ashes for trying to clean up Rome. You see what they're trying to do to us? Here comes a German to lead us against Roman tyranny. And they're trying to make him out a heretic, just like John Huss. What kind of rebellious beast do you Germans breed up here?
I burn him outright. Enough from you. Go back to your monastery and do penance for the damage you've done.
May I remind you that I came from Rome to deal with Luther, not Tetzel? What about this?
Your Eminence, I think our learned Dr. Eck can answer your question.
Noble Aleander, with all due respect, your Eminence thinks only of the affront to the Holy Father. But surely you've noticed the goose in this rather clever picture. John Huss, the heretic, tried, condemned, burned at the stake, linked in the common mind with Luther.
Wittenberg, by this time, was widely regarded as a stronghold of Luther's followers. Despite threats of banishment, excommunication, and imprisonment, Martin Luther, throughout 2 stormy years, had continued to compare church doctrines and practices with Holy Scripture.
Master Melanchthon,
I owe my apologies.
why apologies, Dr. Luther?
I did you an injustice. When you first came to Wittenberg, I was doubtful of your learning. But your disputation last night proved me wrong. I'm glad you joined our fact.
You're very generous. I'll tell you what, I'll strike a bargain.
You teach me Greek and Hebrew, and I'll tell you all the theology I know.
Doctor, I've already begun to study on it. I've read all your writings. Dr. Luther! Dr. Luther, good news.
Dr. Karlstadt, what is it?
I've been invited to debate at Leipzig. Debate? Yes, to defend our thesis. You? I'm tongue-tied. For a year and a half I've waited to be heard, to make my own defense of my own doctrine. One moment, Doctor. I am your senior. When you were still a mere novice, I was a doctor of theology, questioning indulgences long before you. You should be glad to have me defend your work against Eck. John Eck? Yes. What about it? Tear you to shreds. I've read your propositions, and there's not one of the whole 406 that will hold water. I grant you may have started before me, Dr. Karlstadt, but this time you've bitten off more than you can chew. Dr. Luther, I'm good doctors. That's not the only point. May I ask how the debate comes to be at Leipzig? What of it? The university's history. It was founded by followers of Huss. It will surely try to associate your doctrines with those of Huss. Huss? That was 100 years ago. John Eck and I could have hammered the truth out of this once and for all time. Eck, the one theologian in all Germany. In my right hand, stand up. Karlstadt, you need help. I'm coming with you. You're not invited.
I invite myself.
There's no safe conduct. You cannot go.
Said Dr. Karlstadt, safe conduct to Leipzig, together with other members of his party.
Master Melanchthon, will you also accept Dr. Karlstadt's invitation?
Philip Melanchthon became Luther's right-hand man in forming the
Martin Luther
Protestant
journeyed to
Reformation.
hostile Leipzig. Andreas Karlstadt, learned but impetuous, and Philip Melanchthon, a young scholar destined to become one of the foremost leaders of the Reformation.
John Eck was one of the Catholic Church's greatest apologists of the time. That's why he wanted to debate him.
Worthy Father, in answer to the proposition of the learned Dr. Eck, in the dispute with the Pelagians, I object to continuing the discussion. If the learned Dr. Karlstadt is to resort constantly to his library. But is my opponent aware that a precedent has been established? St. Augustine consulted books in debate against the Manichaeans. I withdraw my objection.
It is the sense of this body that sufficient argument has been heard on both sides. Dr. Martin Luther, embodied in Dr. Karlstadt's propositions are many of your own doctrines. If you so desire, these may be debated here.
Worthy Masters, esteemed Dr. Eck, I do so desire. In the name of our Lord, Amen. Out of reverence for the Supreme Pontiff and the Roman Church, I would have preferred to take no part in discussion which cannot but lead to disunity within the ranks of the faithful. But out of respect for the truth, I repeat, it was not upon St. Peter that Christ founded the church, but upon himself.
But my dear doctor, many authorities disagree with you. Capectus, Scotus, Peter Lombard, for instance.
To say nothing of Cyprian and Nazianzus, yes, doctor, they do. But my authority disagrees with all of them.
And who is that authority?
St. Paul. For no other foundation can man lay than that which is laid, even Jesus Christ.
But doctor, these attacks upon the Pope cannot help but bring disunity upon the Church.
That is not my intention.
But the effect is the same as if it were. In fact, it is common knowledge that your doctrines are approved by those who have already split the Church.
Name them.
The followers of us, the Hussites are wrong.
But I confess I find much that is acceptable to Christ among their doctrines.
Such as?
Such as this. There is only one universal church. Or this. It is not necessary for salvation to be subject to a Roman Pope.
What, doctor? That is the heart of the heresy. That is exactly what Hart said.
It doesn't matter who said it, it is the truth.
Martin Luther, do you think you are the only one who knows the truth?
I will tell you what I think. I have the right to believe freely, to be a slave to no man's authority, to confess what appears to me to be true, whether it is proved or disapproved, whether it is spoken by Catholic or by heretic.
Then you deny the authority of the Pope.
In matters of faith, I think that neither council, nor pope, nor any man has power over my conscience. And where they disagree with Scripture, I deny pope and council and all. A simple layman armed with Scripture is greater than the mightiest pope without it.
Heresy, Dr. Luther. Heresy!
Heresy! So be it. It is still the truth.
It was at these debates that the coalescence of his disagreement with the church began to really formalize. It became more than just egregiances against the selling of indulgences and the abuses of that kind of practice. It became this. He was attacking the authority of the church, attacking the authority that Christ had invested in the foundation of the church through St. Peter and his successors. And his appeal was to Scripture. That dialogue right here between him and Eck is part of, it's not Hollywood. It's actual dialogue that Martin Luther debated with Eck at this time. And he was debating him on what is the authority by which we know what is true. And Luther's point was that it's the Bible. That's the only authority that we have. And Eck's counter is that no, Christ invested his power in the church through which we get the Scriptures. And he was debating that whole idea because of his, how do I say it, his aversion to what Pope Leo X was doing. He didn't like what Pope Leo X was doing, so he was attacking his whole authority to lead the church and to be the successor of St. Peter. That's where it centered around. So he was misguided in his ideas. That's where it comes. But it was in these debates that the formulations of what we would later come to know as Lutheran doctrine or Protestant doctrine was solidified. He was ambiguous about a lot of this prior to these debates. And I think we have time just to get to what became as the flashpoint of his separation from the church, and that was the Diet of Worms. When he appeared before the Diet of Worms, he was later, as you would see in this, condemned. He was excommunicated because he failed to recant of his heresies, of his false beliefs. And that was the demarcation point. Up to this point, he was still questioning the church, but it was during the debates that he solidified his own ideas apart from the church. And that's where he went. That's where he went in error.
Whether a doctrine is Catholic or heretic, as long as it suits you. This is too much.
What do you wish me to do, Father?
Stop attacking Rome. Immediately. Permanently.
I'm not attacking Rome. I'm trying to find the answer to certain questions.
Who are you to question Rome? I order you to stop.
I don't believe I can.
Disobey me.
I must. Forgive me, Father.
Forgive?
Yes.
I can forgive you, Brother Martin. Instead, I release you of everything that ties your hand and binds your tongue from now on. I release you from obedience to your vows, the vows of the Augustinians, lest you bring disgrace upon your order, as you have brought dissension to your church. Remain a priest, but you are no longer my mother.
If you will, the beginning of the beginning of the separation from the church.
I see nothing ahead of you.
say as I may, I cannot.
The time to keep silent has passed, and the time to speak has come. The nobility of our land must set itself against the Pope as a common enemy and destroyer. We have the name of empire, but the Pope is all that is ours. Let him give us back our liberty, honor, body and soul. And let your Holiness smile compared with this. Freedom from the tyranny of Rome. Every man his own priest before God.
That's the heart of the Protestant Reformation, every man a pope.
Now we shall do some writing. Draw up a condemnation of this man. We shall see how his faith stands up against a papal decree.
Your Holiness, we presume to prepare a draft.
Exergator, arise, O Lord, judge life. A wild boy made life. Arise, 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 ye saints. Arise, thou church.
We can no longer suffer this serpent to creep through the fields of the Lord. The books of Martin Luther containing his errors are to be sought out and burned by the Inquisitor.
As for Martin Luther himself, dear God, what of his paternal love?